Welcome to Breakthrough Mode, the podcast where we intentionally get into the driver's seat of our lives, shift out of monotony and mediocrity, and step on the gas towards becoming the person we were always meant to become. Hello and welcome to episode 286 on the Breakthrough Mode podcast. This is Monday Morning with Megan. I am your host, Megan Bauer. Thank you so much for joining me and pushing play on today's episode. If you are joining me on YouTube, you see that things look a little bit different as we are in the process of getting our house ready to sell and our move and everything. Things might look a little bit different here on YouTube. It might look a little bit messy, but we're going to roll with it. We're going to do whatever we can do. And we'll show up here. We'll do the thing. We'll talk personal development, no matter what background we've got going on. And so we'll just work with it. So thank you for being here with me, even in the messy middle of my life right now. Okay, last week we talked about the cost of ignoring yourself and that we can ignore ourselves to the point where we really lose our vibrancy. We become a shade of who we have been or who we could become. And we can not really even know what it is we want or what it is we are feeling or what it is, who it is we even want to become. And this week, we are focusing in on the other side of that. We're focusing in on saying yes to ourselves. Now, women are really good at saying yes. We will volunteer. We will be the caregivers. We will help out. We'll be the first ones there and the last ones to leave. We will do the things for other people. We are happy to be service oriented and, be there for other people, help where we can. The issue isn't selfishness. That's not what that's not what we're talking about. The problem is imbalance. Saying yes to yourself doesn't automatically mean abandoning others. Saying yes to yourself means that your needs matter too. Your desires matter too. Your preferences matter too. Your dreams, who it is you want to become, and the kind of life that you want to live matters too. That's what we're talking about. We're not saying that other people's preferences, desires, needs, dreams don't matter and only yours do. We're saying that theirs matter and yours matter. And sometimes all you need is to acknowledge it, recognize it, and voice it. As I talked about last week, I think it was in the Wednesday episode, I talked about how it doesn't always need to go your way. Sometimes saying yes to yourself is simply voicing what you would prefer and then even doing it somebody else's way, somebody else's preference, doing it for somebody else, compromising. All of those things are options. The problem is when we don't even acknowledge, we don't even recognize, or we even immediately dismiss our own needs, desires, and preferences and don't even allow it to be an option. That's when it is a problem. We say no to ourselves in hundreds of tiny little ways all day long by ignoring our exhaustion, by dismissing our desires, by postponing our dreams, by even just procrastinating what is most important to us for the sake of getting things done for all the other people that you live with. I have had days where it's like, I need to schedule that podcast. Maybe it's already recorded and all of that, but I need to schedule it. But instead of spending an hour in the morning just getting it scheduled and getting it off my mind, I spend my time unloading the dishwasher or getting the laundry going or this, that, and the other, when all of that can wait while I take care of what's important to me. And it's not that I won't take care of all the other things. I can and I will. It's just I choose to take care of that first because I know that my podcast not being done is only going to bother me. It's not going to bother anyone else. However, while I'm doing the dishes or the laundry or whatever it is I'm doing, that not being scheduled is bothering me and nipping at my heels all day long. That is a form of just saying no to myself until everyone else and everything else is taken care of. And that doesn't feel good. If I just took the time in the morning to schedule it, get it done, then I can still do all the other things for everyone else without feeling that no to myself, without having that nagging, nipping, I really want to do this because it's very important to me feeling of heaviness following me the whole time. Because the truth is, every yes is a no somewhere else. That's just part of it. That's just part of making choices. That's part of prioritizing. So when you say yes to something, you have to be sure that you're not saying no to your own peace, like the story that I just told, right? I can take care of the dishes and the laundry and all of that, but I'm not feeling peace on the inside because I know I need to get that episode scheduled. So it feels like a task nipping at my heels while I'm taking care of everything else. So back to what I was saying, you have to make sure that your yes doesn't also say no to your peace, your rest, your joy, your passions, your purpose on this planet, who it is you are meant to become. There's sacrifice and there's self-sacrifice. And we don't want to be on that self-sacrifice, throwing yourself on the sword for everyone else simply because. Like that's not the point. We want you here. We want you vibrant. Sacrifice and compromise and service are all great things in moderation. Like I said, the problem isn't selfishness. The problem is there's an imbalance sometimes where we say yes to everyone else and say no to ourselves. That is where it's a problem. So this week, I challenge you to go throughout the week and think about what would change if I knew that my needs, my desires, my preferences mattered too. How would I voice things? How would I behave? How would I communicate? What would I say yes to? What would I say no to if I knew and believed and felt that my needs, my desires, my preferences mattered too? That's the thought I want to leave you with this week. And of course, I'm going to give you a quote. This is by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. He said, "As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live." So much of this comes down to a self-trust issue where we don't trust ourselves with our desires. We don't trust ourselves that we are good enough or worthy enough or whatever enough. But when we do trust ourselves to voice what it is that we want or our preferences or whatever our needs or whatever it is, even if things don't go our way, we will know how to live. We will know where we need to be like, no, this is what I really want and this is what I need to do. And we will know where it's like, no, we can compromise here. I can sacrifice here. I can do this here because that's what I actually prefer. There's a higher preference, a higher desire, a higher need above this preference, this desire, this need. Not all needs, desires, and preferences are equal. There are levels to it. And the big thing here this week is to acknowledge yourself on every level, even when you make choices and actions from the higher level. Acknowledge that this is what you want, and you can make a different choice because there's something that you want more. There's a compromise that you want more. There is a situation that you truly want to create more than maybe that need or that desire, right? So just a quick example of that, it could be like, well, I want to sleep in this morning. That's a desire that I often have. Sometimes I don't want to get up in the morning. And I can acknowledge that. I can be like, yeah, I didn't want to get up today. But what I wanted on a higher level was I wanted to be who it is I want to become. Like I want to be that version of me, and that version of me would get up. Or sometimes, just another quick example, it'll be like, well, I really want, this for dinner, but I know that the kids or Jake or whatever would really prefer this. Like that is truly their preference. So I'm just going to do what they want to do because that will be easier. That will be better. In the big picture, in the long run, that will be better because it's not just about me. I can want to compromise more than I want what it is that I want. There are levels here. There's nuance here. And on every level, you get to at least acknowledge what it is that you want. You get to acknowledge your preferences so that you maintain touch with yourself, so that you don't suppress yourself to the point where you don't even recognize who you are or what you want or what you're even feeling, as we talked about in the Friday episode, where we can suppress ourselves so much. We can ignore ourselves so much where we don't even know what we are feeling. We don't want to get there. This week, think about this. How would your week change if you knew and believed and behaved from the place that your desires, your preferences, your needs mattered too? How would that change things for you? Until next time, I totally love you. Bye for now.